How to be a mentor in 4 steps. If you've got a lot of life experience that you'd like to share with someone else, there's a good chance there's somebody out there that would really benefit from it. A lot of people need mentors for encouragement, for wisdom, for guidance, and simply just to have somebody believe in them. So here are the 4 steps. Number 1, find a good mentee. Find somebody that you connect with. Not everybody is a right match for every other person. So you'll want to make sure there's some level of chemistry there and just connection in the relationship. You'll want to find somebody who has you have good rapport with. They kind of look up to you and want to learn from you. They have to be teachable. Don't just pick anybody. You want to pick a mentee who's reliable and dependable. They'll value your time. They'll actually want to come hungry and learn from what you have to say. And somebody that's a good investment of your life. You're investing some precious stories and life experience and time into them, so you want to make sure that they're a good investment. You may even ask around and get a few informal references from people. Hey, what's this person like? Or how's this person's character? Before you commit to anything. If you already know who you want to mentor, you might already go ahead and invite them to coffee or just to have a conversation. If you're not sure who, you can ask around, pray, and look for the right kind of person until you meet them. Or maybe somebody else will help make the match for you, knowing somebody who wants to be mentored. And when you do select that person, let's talk about step number 2, the structure. This is really important to set up the mentoring expectations. If they invite you to meet, that's great. If you invite them to meet, that's great. But the first time should just be a one-off meeting. Hey, would you like to meet for coffee for 45 minutes? No commitments. You get to know each other a little bit. If things go well, one of you might decide to ask for a more extended commitment. But the structure of the meeting is important. Meet in a public location, someplace that's neutral and comfortable for both of you, and you can actually carry on a conversation. Meet for a predetermined amount of time, like 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. Have a start and stop time. Show up early and end on time. And meet with a consistency that works for both of your schedules. Sometimes it's easy to want to go weekly, but I'd encourage you to spread it out a little bit, especially if you're going for a longer period of time. For example, let's meet once a month for an hour, and we'll do that for a year. That's 12 hours a year. That's a great long-term commitment to invest in someone. So structure those meetings, give a start and stop time to each meeting and to the mentoring period in general. The structure is step number 2. Step number 3 is the content. What do you actually do during the meeting? How do you lead it? First, it's helpful to know what kind of mentor you want to be and what kind of mentor your mentee is looking for. Do they want somebody who's an overall life mentor? Are they looking for a mentor in their business? Are they looking for a spiritual mentor? Are they wanting a marriage mentor? Get clear on that up front, because you might disappoint one another if you come in expecting different things. Then, as far as what you actually do during the meeting, here are a couple general suggestions. Keep it focused on the mentee. You want to ask about their life. You want to ask about what's going on, what they want to learn, what they're celebrating and struggling with. So don't focus it on yourself. But at the same time, you also want them to bring the questions. You don't want to have to come with topics or lessons every week. Have them bring questions that are relevant to them every single time you meet. That way, their agenda or their needs can drive the conversation. Avoid telling them what to do during meetings. You might have great advice, but let them discover things on their own. So just give advice instead of instructions. Let them think for themselves. In fact, encourage them to think for themselves and even disagree at times and not take your advice at times. That helps encourage free thinking. Also, you may want to include content like a book that you read together or a video series that you watch and then discuss. If that's something both of you want to do that's relevant to the mentee, that's great. But make sure it's something that they value. Next, tell stories. One of a mentor's greatest gifts is stories, not prescriptions of everything that needs to be done, but just tell stories of your life, tell stories of your successes, tell stories of your failures. Sometimes our mistakes are the greatest thing people connect with, and that breeds more curiosity, more openness, and more questions. So tell a lot of stories. That's the content. Step number 4 is end gracefully. When the time of mentoring is up, finish gracefully, thank the person for meeting, And then maybe you or the mentee are interested in a longer commitment or extending it for another year or whatever you want. That's great. Maybe you're not. It gives you both an opportunity to off-ramp, but be grateful for that opportunity of the person that you invested in. Key characteristics of a good mentor: somebody who can be honest about reality, somebody who's open about sharing your strengths and weaknesses in your past experience through stories, who is non-judgmental, continuously encouraging, and reliable and dependable for the mentee.